Every good story has a beginning. Ours doesn't, but everyone needs an origin story. Three mild-mannered coworkers from a fruit warehouse started arguing about who would win in a fight between Barney Fife and Ponch from Chips, and found it was pretty funny and should record. We put out an ad in Craigslist for a recording engineer with late-night access to a recording studio, and all we got was an intern. So here we are in The Other Side of Sanity.
Good evening, Vietnam. Oh, wait, it's not. It's a wrong radio show, isn't it?
Yeah, an intern has no idea what we just did.
No.
I absolutely know what's going on.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
do you even know who Robin Williams is?
Yes.
I wish we had that on video.
I want that face, like, just plastered all over everywhere.
Well, instead of Vietnam, we're out there in Sanity land. Welcome to the other side of Sanity once again. I've got a beautiful people around me. We're sitting here in Studio 73. This is such a luxurious home for the other side of Sanity. We're going out on the world of WLVU. Life couldn't be better. I'm loving where we are with the other side of Sanity, and you know we're just a podcast that's too nerdy for prime time. That's our slogan, and I love that we've done that. And hopefully we've picked up a few listeners. And hello to all those people that have been listening already. I'm going to take the direction the other way, and I'm going to throw it to our intern first. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey guys, I'm so honored to be second on the list now. I've definitely moved up. I don't know if C Money got kicked out or not, but I'm here. I'm number 2. T-Bone's number 1.
You are definitely number 2. Like a
he-
steaming pile of it.
Who does number 2 work for?
So the crazy thing is, for the last couple episodes, we've been moving to the left, and now this is past right because I'm the right choice.
Oh, wow. How long did
wow.
it take you to think of that one?
He's been thinking about that since we started recording
Seriously.
a week ago.
Yeah.
Before we went on air, our intern pulled up this bag of stuff and pulled out 98 Sanity bucks, and then rolled them over to me and said, "Hey, throw it to me first." And so, thanks
Well
for
spent.
that. I have 198 Sanity bucks,
Hold on.
and
on.
you are at
no.
2.
No.
I
no.
I like this accounting. This
Yeah.
is good.
But as I do still have 100 sanity bucks, so
Minus
does the person
98.
to the right of me, the professor.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Other Side of Sanity. I am enjoying myself as well. T-Bone has definitely set the tone for the way we're going this evening. It's been a night.
It's
so.
the right way.
Easy, intern.
You
easy.
can't use that twice.
You're like Fred Durst right now. You can't wrap a word with the same word. You can't do the same joke twice in a row. That's not how this works.
Wow.
What it is.
If I could put a fat beat to that, dude,
I know.
that'd be awesome.
Fred Durst, worst. That was great.
That was, yeah. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm coming from. The
Yeah.
Professor dropping the science.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
All right. And ending here to my right, we have the one, the only C Money.
Thank you. Still the right way, if you will. If you can, if you may. Should I say that I am here
Today.
today? No.
Oh, man.
Rhyming.
I love it.
That's going to cost you some bucks.
It's a Susical.
What'd you say?
That's a Susical the musical right
Oh,
there.
there we go.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
With my kazoozical. So this is C Money again here, as well, enjoying life, having too much fun for prime time, too nerdy for prime time, but very much looking forward to another episode as we are recording.
Yeah. Awesome. So we before we went on air, we kind of got together and met and said, you know what, we haven't been any deep in new trailers or new things coming out within gaming, but we thought we'd just do some entertainment news or anything, and then maybe talk about what we're each playing right now, whether it be a console game or an OS game, and kind of throw that in there since we didn't really have a gaming corner this week.
We have to start with the professor. We have to start with the professor
Well,
on this one.
I kind of want to talk a little bit about entertainment.
Let's start with
And-
entertainment news.
And so I've been discovering some things, and it hasn't really been big, but Shazam
Oh my God.
is coming out next year.
Oh shit! I actually forgot that wasn't going to be a movie
I
for
know,
half a second.
I did too. Growing
When
up,
you said that, I was like Shazam. I was like the music lyric app.
no.
Wait, what?
I grew up with Shazam on TV, and I loved it where the boy turns into an adult superhero, right? And so they're making a movie of that, and I think it's a DC title. And
The intern's raising his hand.
intern,
Do you
has
not know who this is?
No.
I knew it.
Oh yes.
I knew it.
Please,
This is-
somebody
so
that's not the professor. Explain this to me.
isn't it Zach Levy or Levi? How do you pronounce his name? Levi?
I've heard,
Levy?
I've heard it.
both.
I've heard both, but
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 he's
that guy.
Chuck, right? Isn't that who it is? Chuck
Did
Oh,
he throw
from-
something?
from
The
Chuck,
The spy.
the spy,
Yes.
Best Buy.
dude, you really
The
intern are
nerd
like
herd.
you're on my last nerve already.
Dude, I love Chuck, and the reason I've gotten so excited in the last week is I found out that he is going to be Shazam, and it's so funny because I don't think of him as a superhero type. I loved
No,
him
not at
as
all.
a nerd herd or turned spy. I loved that TV show with all my being, 100% in. But I'm kind of curious as to what it's going to be like with him in that role, because he is Shazam. If I'm not,
That's what I'm remembering there too. And this is bringing up another one here. Isn't Dwayne Johnson signed on to play Black Adam in that as well? Which I am super excited for. That is just a great take on the character.
yeah,
Captain who?
Yeah, we're looking at a Google image, and I'm
Yeah.
kind of confused with some of the casting.
So
well, Captain Marvel is a DC character as well,
and Captain Marvel is Shazam
right?
before he gets the name Shazam. That's a little bit of a Marvel DC kind of like court battle they had to have there.
There was
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, that helps a little bit then.
So because we have Captain Marvel DC and Captain Marvel, and then to kind of compromise on there, Captain Marvel goes with Shazam, and Shazam is the power word that the kid used to say, and it stands for the powers of Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury.
Right.
But Captain Marvel is not Shazam.
This is also a movie in development, so let's just hold off on 2 seconds. You're looking at a Google search right now, so I mean, I'm excited.
But it does come out supposedly next spring, so I'm excited to see that. There have been some. The reason I brought this up is I've seen come across my feed is new pictures of of Zach in the costume. So it's been kind of neat to see.
One of
that.
the most frequently asked questions on Google is Shazam as strong as Superman?
The answer is obviously no.
But yeah, but still a fair question.
Still fair.
No, but I mean, like I actually like that. I feel like if you're gonna go here and think about it, DC Cinematic Universe, or whatever they're calling it, the DC Extended Universe or whatever, their cinematic movies and Marvel in a comparison, Shazam is almost kind of similar to like a Thor in that aspect. He's kind of goofy. He's kind of like one of the lesser of the major characters in there, in like the bigger pantheon. But he's
very powerful.
He's very powerful at the same time.
Right.
But he's kind of like he's not like the most super serious character. Like Thor has that great humor in the book. Same thing with Shazam. It's a really great entertainment book. I like that. I just think it's really interesting. The fact that the kids involved is always fun.
I think DC needs something that's not quite as heavy and dark as say the Justice League or some of the Batman stuff. I really love Wonder Woman and that movie, and even having her in the Justice League brought some value to it. I have no bucks to give to go to see Aquaman, and based on the DC TV series and everything, I have no bucks to give to go see. I think the new Flash is going to do the Flashpoints. Not an origin story, right?
In 2020.
But it is Flashpoint though. Is what they're doing.
Flashpoint.
They're
Yep.
going straight to Flashpoint as a film.
Right, they're
I will-
skipping.
Jeez.
And that's all time travel based, right?
Hold on to it.
That's all.
Hold
that's
on
all
to it.
time travel.
I'm gonna get to it. I promise.
Yeah, that'll be a good segue. But yeah, not a fan of Ezra Miller. So anything Aquaman, maybe.
I like
Because Jason Momoa, I'm liking more and more.
Dude,
I like the
he's
guy. and
awesome.
I think that he
Ezra
does.
Miller?
No, Jason Momoa.
Oh,
He's
sorry.
great.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Look at him.
I
He's a
know.
beautiful human being.
He is.
But so are
I
you.
admire him like.
Oh, dude, Game of Thrones. I mean, just
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
He
I
was
mean,
awesome there too.
well, and he's great in the Netflix series Frontier. He's great as that character as well. He
Yeah.
kind of plays that outsider character. I love it. I think it's great. But yeah, I don't know. This one I'm hyped for from DC.
Yeah.
This one.
I agree.
Mostly because not really for the Shazam part. I want to see Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam.
No.
That shit's going to be awesome.
All right.
Who?
Not to be racist, but is no. This is a
Not to
serious
be
question.
racist, but who is Black Adam?
No, not to be racist, but does Black Adam have to be African?
Black Adam is not African. We're talking again. You're talking here. It's more think Middle Eastern, more so in that sense. But it's basically Black Adam is like he's like the Doctor Doom almost. He's like the character who's in charge of a country, and he's like in charge of this nation. He's super powerful, strong, intelligent. He's kind of the Doctor Doom analog almost in that sense. Like he's like that other type of character. He's kind of like the parallel. So I just think he's an interesting character. I love that Dwayne Johnson is getting involved. I just think he's someone who should be in doing more than just like, I don't know,
Fast and Furious.
Rampage.
But
Rampage.
he was brilliant in Jumanji, and I think we
Yes.
talked about that a little bit.
And that was a little off air, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
Is Donald Glover also in this movie? Like most movies that come out in 2018?
I don't know.
Okay.
So there is
What
a
an odd
Jumanji
question.
sequel planned, isn't there?
Really?
I think there is.
I think I heard that. Yeah.
I did not know that.
How
Yeah.
many times can you make that mistake?
Well, neither time.
Not the movie. How
Mm.
many times do you mistakenly enter that game?
I don't.
Oh, now it makes more. Wait, okay, I'm much better with that now.
Okay. Yeah.
So the very first one was Robin Williams, and it was great. It was about a board game, and so then fast forward 20 years, and then they make. I don't want to say it's not a sequel, right? It's a remake, if you will, and it's video games, and I thought they did just an excellent job doing that. And you make a really good point. Is it necessary to make a sequel of this remake? And as well as they did with that, I can trust them to make a sequel, right? And I think it can happen.
My
I'm-
spirit animal is behind me.
Oh my gosh. There's a photo of Jack Black.
A very
It's
handsome
really-
Jack Black, actually.
Yeah.
It's,
Right.
really, it's a really good photo of him.
It
Yeah.
is.
Zoomed in.
I have
It's too close.
I think we definitely have this on tap as another topic of a deeper discussion, but I have some feelings on the franchisation of film,
Yep.
which I definitely want to make sure we hit in depth. But if something is good, and I mean, to be 100% honest, I have not seen Jumanji, the new Jumanji film, but it is on a list of things to see, which is good. So,
Yeah, it's good.
intern,
All right.
Are we
keep your
done?
hands to yourself.
We done?
So,
So-
no. So we, I believe at the beginning you introduced that we were going to be talking about what games we're playing.
Yep.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So, and I said I did really want to start with the professor because I am interested in what you are playing,
Absolutely.
as long as it's not yourself.
Ooh, man.
Wow.
Can I take sanity bucks from him for that?
Yeah.
No, it was a
Please?
good joke. You laughed.
But it was below the belt.
Oh, I'll give you a sanity buck for that.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That was
Take
good.
take one from the intern
Yeah,
and just
right
hand
to
it
him.
right over.
Exactly.
And I'm fine with that.
I am in the midst of doing two things right now. One, I am trying to make sure I have a stable setup together for a survival mode modded version of Fallout 4. I'm trying to do some really heavy and extensive stuff on there. Bethesda announcements have gotten me really excited for that, so I'm kind of getting back into the genre, back in the franchise a little bit there. Other than that, I am
On PC, right?
on PC, yes. PC modding, trying to do a Horizon playthrough, get some really good survival stuff, scavenging, actually feeling like it's post-apocalyptic.
Horizon as
The
Zero
mod,
Dawn.
Horizon, the mod for Fallout 4. And then when I'm not doing that, I have been doing a little bit more Overwatch. Got some friends, from way back when, kind of getting together, just messing around, playing some Overwatch on PC as well.
Meaning the 1930s.
Listen, intern, just because some of us can remember the 1930s without having lived through it doesn't mean that you get to just like shit on my moment, all right?
You lived through it.
Wow.
Fucking interns,
I know.
man.
Jeez,
I
I'm
know
like,
you can't fire them,
Didn't hire him.
right?
See money.
yeah.
The ball is in your court.
Thank you. Yeah, for me, it's actually kind of funny because I just switched from an 8 Plus to an 8, so I actually literally have no games on my phone. But I'm definitely, the intern is very intently
Intrigued.
and pensively looking at me right now. Awkward. That'll cost you $1. $2.
You want to keep it up?
That's $3 now.
I'll spend as much as you have. But I'm definitely an avid Xbox player. So right now, playing lots of Rainbow Six Siege and
Yes.
State of Decay 2 and some
No.
Far Cry 5 here and there. Those are my 3 staples right now.
Wow, that's,
Siege.
That's
Well,
a lot.
I do want to talk about the new operators. I mean, they've
Okay.
been out for a little bit now, but
Maybe
I do
another
want-
time.
I do want to talk about
We
them.
don't want to like completely not forget about T-Bone.
It's true. I also just want to ask you a quick question. How
Of course.
do you feel about Far Cry 5? What's your take on it thus far?
It's pretty funny because there was a meme out that I saw it and then didn't really appreciate it until after playing through it. But it was a meme where, so for those that know, Far Cry 5 is the newest version. Far Cry series is a lot of fun. It's basically you're going up against a cult. So you're a deputy going up against a cult. Far Cry 4 was you're going back to your birthplace to bury your mom, her ashes, because she died. And there's a dictator taking over the country. So the meme basically is Far Cry 5, where the cult leader just rips off his mask, and it's the dictator from Far Cry 4, because pretty much the gameplay and everything is just the same. But still, if you like 3 and 4, you'll love 5. Just don't expect a whole lot different. But the engine is better. So I liked it. I would say I would give it maybe 15, 20 sanity bucks.
That's
Give or
good.
take.
No, that's pretty good for that. I mean, I'm into the franchise a little bit. I've messed around with some of it. Far Cry 3. What was the 80s like the
Oh,
super 80s one?
Blood
Dragon.
Dragon. Yeah.
That was great.
That
That was great because especially because they have Michael Biehn, the guy from Terminator, as
yeah.
the character. Oh, that is so good.
So corny and over the top. Not
But
even funny.
that's what makes it great.
Yeah, no, I never played either one of those. So.
Whatever.
As expected.
Whatever we just talked about, D all the above. I didn't
Right.
know.
I will not put any bucks into that.
There are
So-
no bucks to give.
No
But-
bucks given.
But what is a game that you're playing right now that you're willing to at least throw half a buck towards?
No, I actually throw a $1.50, a $1.50, toward Words with Friends 2.
Ooh, I actually did not even know there was a sequel to that.
How many new words did
I'm
they
serious
add?
though. I'm actually excited for that.
They made a sequel?
Yeah, it's like Scrabble anthologies, man.
Did they
But it-
add words?
No, the words still exist exactly the same way, but
Are there new words?
Well, okay, listen. There's a word with friends too, so you assume something's been added to the game.
Yeah,
maybe there's
friends.
more friends.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
maybe you could get some friends.
Let's
in
be
turn.
honest. T-Bone does not have any more friends. Okay.
truth. So the gameplay is exactly the same. What they've added is some kind of bullshit coin thing that you get every day just by opening the app, but you can also pay to play, pay to win kind of things. But I love Scrabble, and Words with Friends is Scrabble. I feel like I have a great vocabulary. I may not use it, but I can read the words.
That is half the battle.
I can
that
sound
is-
them out.
That is half the battle.
It really is. So the gameplay is exactly the same, but you do have some options for swapping tiles, etc. It's new. I just lost my first game in 180 consecutive games, and I was a little disappointed. I had a nice little streak going, and I was, I love games like that challenge my vocabulary, etc.
I would love to play you.
Oh, he'll.
And
Oh, you're
Destroy
don't
you.
even.
listen, okay, because he'll play sheep and I'll play sheeps. I got it.
No.
I'm sorry. You have a great strategy there.
I love adding an S to a
Wow.
word.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a strategy that I usually use to get my triple words. So I'm good with that. So send me your name off air, and
I friend requested you on Pasted in the book.
No,
Jeez.
mistakes were made there.
yeah, mistakes were made,
All right,
names were withheld,
well.
and no,
All kidding aside, though, I remember you and I played the first one,
right.
so what they call the prequel.
Yeah.
With less words.
Right. And
Fewer
you,
words.
You kicked my ass many times. I was very impressed with your vocabulary. You play very well, so I can see why you would enjoy that.
And I gave it up because I remember we played, and I got to the point where I was winning
A lot. Seriously, it was a
and
lot.
so I stopped playing, and I found some new people to play that are really pretty good. And so I've got 5 or 6 games that I have running right now, and I lost one of them, and I sulked, and it was all good. Now I'm ready to start winning again.
He lost to Sheeps, by the way, so thanks for
Yeah.
bringing up old memories.
Yeah. It's like a Band-Aid. You just gotta rip that open.
Yeah.
Salt in
often-
that
a little
wound.
salt in that wound, rub it in.
It just reminds me of Danny Glover in Lethal Weapon, man. That's that salt right
Oh,
in
yeah.
there.
How
Yeah,
often? Oh,
A matter of fact, in this seat, I feel like Danny Glover right now. My legs are falling asleep, and I feel like if I get up, maybe I need Mel Gibson to come tackle me and throw me right into the bathtub. I don't know.
So, I just wanted to ask. This is gonna be a little bit of a joke, but it's also kind of serious. How
Yeah.
often do you play the word Jeep and red?
I have played neither of those words
Really?
ever.
There are better options, my man.
Because each one of those are 3 or 4 letter words. Even though the J is quite valuable, I can find. I would rather play another word.
Like zip.
Yeah, send me your name.
Yeah.
I
And-
can't
and
wait
bet
to hear
some-
the fallout of this.
Bet some money too.
And I've left this on my phone for a while. And what's really funny is I still have Words with Friends 1 on my phone still, even though I don't play it. Your friends list is the same. Your username's the same, so it's not like it's a different game. It's the same game.
With lesser words.
Wow.
All right. So, have you told us what you're playing?
No.
Are you going to?
If you want me to.
Well, we've already went around the horn.
I
So
guess we have to let him
All
talk,
right,
right? We
so,
have to
I
let
mean-
him talk.
well, he has no more bucks left to give.
Oh, that's true.
How is it that every time you guys just take bucks from me? Like how when do I ever spend?
Listen, you don't. What you need to do is create like a tally and leave that shit on the board.
I would love to, but somehow I always end up with negative bucks before the episode
Do you
even
know
started.
how to work a spreadsheet? Do that.
Yeah, I'll work a
All right,
spreadsheet.
next time, do that.
Can you guys stop taking my bucks?
You
Well-
should be investing them.
We're putting up a 401k and shit, man. Come on.
We're earning interest on our bucks.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, so the games that I'm playing right now are Siege, obviously, because Siege is fun. I'm also playing Rocket League. If you don't know what that is, it's soccer with flying
Yeah,
cars.
it's soccer with flying cars.
What?
Instead of being people on a soccer field, you're driving a rocket-powered car, hitting the ball around this domed like a bowl.
Oh shit!
Into
I saw
goals and
this
stuff.
on TV.
Yep.
Yes.
They were
it's
playing
competitive.
tournaments and stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a competitive game.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
You
What? Show me something.
People make
yeah,
money with this shit.
Right.
You
Yeah.
might actually-
I saw this.
People make money playing this game.
And
a
I was
lot
like,
of it.
what a bunch of dumbasses! And here I'm standing beside a dumbass. It's
Well,
awesome.
You're currently sitting beside one.
That's what I said because I can't stand because my legs are falling asleep. I don't know.
I can't wait to beat him at Words with Friends.
I can't wait to hear the fallout from either end of that.
Technically, his should be called Words Without Friends, but we'll get to that another time.
Oh.
Two.
Word with 2 friends.
And you're going to be waiting quite a bit.
Why? I'll win off the first word.
You-
Zip, and he's done.
All right, because he's going to play Sheeps. You're going to play Zip.
I'm gonna laugh
It's
my ass off
over.
at the first letters I get are sheep.
I think so. We talked about this. You need to put some money where your mouth is.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
and you have your sanity.
50 sanity bucks on the line.
Wait, can I? Simon, you want a side action on this one?
Absolutely.
All right. What do you think?
Well, what are the odds?
The odds? My bet is this. My bet is the intern loses in less than 10 moves.
Oh wow.
And I'll put
Well,
20 down on that.
Does that mean that the game is out of hand by that point?
Like a shutout.
Yeah. It's basically a shutout at that point.
You can't be shut out in Words with Friends too,
Yeah, it
because
doesn't
there
really
are words
kinda
that you
work
can
that
just
way.
play.
Um,
Because there's more words this time.
He doesn't even know.
yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I will go.
Did you accept my verbal test?
He is done. By the end of the 10th turn, the intern is done.
Should I enable notifications?
Yes, because you're going to need to know when T-Bone is kicking your ass.
I
No.
That's true. No. You're great. You're going to lose by forfeit. You're like, oh, wait a minute. What am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm going to throw 20 down on that.
All right. So by the end of the 10th move,
Mm-hmm.
he's done.
10th turn. So one. That's a turn.
Right. Sorry. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the side. Don't look at him. Just on the side, me and you. I'll lose on the 11th move if you split the profits.
I love this. He's Pete
Wow.
Rose of.
Yeah, you're never going to get into the Hall of Fame with that, man. That kind of attitude.
Do you even know who Pete Rose is?
Jesus.
He's like, no.
How do you
I
not
love
know
this.
that? Dude, really?
Well, that's going back pretty far.
All right.
Yeah, but I mean,
So
I don't know. I guess I'm older. I don't know.
You're an old
You're an
spirit.
old soul.
I am.
How do I find you?
And
We will find each other off air.
I think he heard us when you were doing that side bet.
Yeah,
I'm not, and as well as the 50 million other people listening at some point.
All right. So I like.
I'll do 20 as well by the 10th round.
So do you play this car soccer game a lot
Yes. Competitively sometimes.
competitively? It really intrigued me when I saw it on TV. So I would at some point I would love to watch you play not on air, because that would suck.
And for those
For
that
everyone
don't know,
involved.
the intern has dabbled in competitive playing. I'll just leave it at that. I'll be very low key.
You will be more informed when the game that I'm not going to announce comes out, because my team will be very actively playing, and you might be able to watch us at some events.
It's so vague.
It's so vague.
So let's just say that there might be some NDAs.
You don't even know
in
how
play.
to. You don't even know how to hype an NDA.
I don't want to hype it. I want it on low
vague
key.
book much.
It's like Fight Club. You can't talk about it.
Oh shit! We already broke the first rule.
Yeah. And the fourth wall.
Right? And we threw some Thor in there too.
All right. So we've left Gaming Corner, and I'm going to round that corner and come right into our main topic. And our main topic is really interesting. We kind of got really excited about this. We love our characters. And some of the topics and discussions that we've had so far in this is all about movies. But what about those characters in there? And so we thought it would be kind of fun to kind of play around with how would we recast a beloved character. Now, those beloved characters, I mean, when I think about Darth Vader and his voice, James Earl Jones is the only person on the planet that could do that voice. You know, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, that is a pretty solid casting. So let's go around the horn and see if we can have someone that would take over a beloved character. And let's see if the panel agrees with it. We'll throw any dollars that way or any bucks and agree with it.
I just wanna ask as a kind of prelude. Do people actually have to like this character for me to change it, or can it just be someone that everyone hates so I can change it because I hate him?
No, the statement is beloved. So like,
Well,
Is it
a-
beloved
a-
character
a
or beloved
villain-
actor?
a villain could be, somebody that you love to hate,
sure.
right? And so that could be
What I'm saying, what I would argue with this is the way I took it was the casting choice that is already in existence should be a good one. It shouldn't be a terrible casting choice.
right. It shouldn't be somebody
so that you can just recast it because it's bad choice.
right.
It should be a pretty good choice, and then you have to be like, how would I replace this role?
Right. You can't say the guy that played Batman that was just absolutely awful.
George Clooney.
George Clooney. You can't say I would recast George Clooney because he's not a beloved character.
Do you mean T-Bone?
Oh my god!
I don't know. I'm laughing.
I don't even know what that's. That's like a non sequitur of non
Hey,
sequiturs.
yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right, intern.
sequitur of non sequiturs.
That's like a textbook definition right there.
All right.
Said the professor.
Who wants to dive into the pool and
I want to go last, and you have to change yours now, don't you?
Ooh,
I know,
I would prefer to not start.
Oh,
So,
crap.
so
Great.
T-Bone, the ball is in your court.
By default. Vote 3-4. T-Bone starts.
Motion carries.
motion carries. I abstain.
Okay, next topic.
So when I was thinking about this, one of the most iconic roles of all time was Marty McFly, and Michael J. Fox was Marty McFly. But you know what? He wasn't the original choice for that.
Eric Stoltz was.
Eric Stoltz was.
Ooh.
And so, what if Eric Stoltz actually became Marty McFly and Michael J. Fox was never Marty McFly? Would that have made a big difference? And Eric Stoltz at the time was a pretty big deal, right? But I think there's somebody else that in that same timeline would have been a good Marty McFly. And I think that would have been Rob Lowe.
Interesting choice.
Yeah. Bold move, Cotton.
Very, very bold move, Cotton. Let's see how that plays out for him.
Yeah. What do you guys think of Marty McFly cast as Rob Lowe?
That is really,
Because he was big at that time
interesting.
too, and
Oh,
what a
yeah.
heartthrob! I mean, he was.
I think I don't think he's nerdy enough to really hit the he doesn't have the geekiness, at least especially at the movies that he was in at the time.
Right.
He doesn't embrace the geekiness as much then.
No, he was too popular and a badass.
He was like the Judd Nelson character in all the movies. He's the badass with the denim jacket, and he's like, "Oh man,
But
I'm
better.
so misunderstood, and I actually have a career after my movies end."
Right. Hitting St. Elmo's Fire.
Yep.
Basically the same character, right? So one of the things that made Marty McFly so special about that was the physical comedy that was involved with that. Right. The gags of time, the gags of it was gags, but it would be.
Yeah.
I think it would be interesting to see him as Marty McFly.
Well, and I mean, even just thinking the first scene where he's in the lab and he just cranks the amp up and blows himself right off his feet. That would have been really great to see Rob Lowe take that hit. That would have been great.
Yeah, his comedic chops are pretty good. If you haven't seen The Grinder, which was canceled, but it was on,
He was
and
really
he was
good
with,
in that.
Who else was that? Fred Savage was in that too.
That sounds right.
It was really, really good.
Yeah,
So
I remember that. Yeah.
his comedic chops are there.
He's also really good. I mean, he was really great on Parks and Rec as well. Just that's another really great
Unseen.
example to see. Jesus, intern, you're killing me here.
Well, no, I wanted to watch it because I've been watching The Office like for the fourth time, and somebody said instead of watching that,
yeah,
watch
yeah,
Parks
please
and Rec.
watch Parks and Rec. It's definitely a good one to watch. But
that's great.
that's an interesting choice. I like it. I'm not against this. I think this is a good move.
That's called a mullet.
It's way before your time.
Or
Intern has
hockey
a-
hair.
Intern has a very young picture of Rob Lowe up with a mullet.
And
Very young
which
looking.
would be perfect as Marty McFly,
Absolutely. Well, because he's basically rocking
right?
most of a mullet
Most
throughout
of a
the
mullet.
film.
So what do we
Okay.
think? Could we recast him? Could we go back in time and put him in? Did I catch everybody off guard with that one?
That was definitely an off
Yeah.
guard, man.
I don't think he's geeky enough. I think that would be he's like
I don't see Rob Lowe getting bullied by someone in a film.
I think he's the bullier.
I think he could take Biff.
Yeah, you need to recast Biff Tannen as well. Then
We might do
but
that
if we
as well. Maybe
like,
put the
you know
Rock.
who would be great? No, you know who would have been great? Best like '80s, late '80s, early '90s teen villain. Billy Zabka would have been great.
Oh, from Karate Kid.
Yeah.
How I Met
because
Your Mother.
when he's jacked, like later on, when he's like jacked up and he's like
Yeah.
muscled out, he would be able to beat Rob Lowe as Marty McFly.
As a side note, Cobra Kai is actually awesome.
I have heard that.
It's
haven't
well
seen
worth
it. Yeah.
Yes, it's on the YouTube Red.
Yeah.
But it is really, really well done.
So the only way to watch it is on YouTube Red.
Well, I think you can still do it for free if you don't already subscribe, but you get to see a jacked out Billy. Was it Zabka?
Billy Zabka, yeah.
And from his point of view too, which it's very interesting.
Cool.
But as a side note, that would be because
yeah, you need someone because
Biff was too dopey, and
Right.
McFly could outsmart him. With
Right.
Rob Lowe, you'd have to have that. I was thinking, I thought you were going to say, Roadhouse.
oh Swayze.
Swayze as Biff with Rob Lowe, then maybe. But
Oh, but why wouldn't we recast Patrick Swayze from Roadhouse?
with
Who would we
you can't.
recast
No,
him?
you can't touch that. No. Nobody.
Challenge thrown down.
Oh,
Chuck Norris at the time.
Yes.
At the time,
No.
Chuck Norris.
Yes.
Today, Chuck Norris.
Absolutely.
Well,
Any day, Chuck Norris.
No, because it played so well with who's the
Well, his wife, for one.
well, right, yes, but his sidekick, the guy does the pork commercials now, the biker, in the movie. Like I don't see anyone else.
Oh, it was Sam Elliott.
Thank you, Sam Elliott.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, but Rob Lowe with only Patrick Swayze's Biff, then that would be
that works. They both have the hair for it at the
Right,
time.
true. They both had the mullet going.
and they were probably about the same age too. I think.
Yep. All right. I think that's a successful recasting.
I'm gonna go with that. That's great.
All right. Who's next?
I am not ready.
You are not ready.
Well, okay,
Well, you've
because
had
you guys we've
multiple
redefined
weeks.
what
Man.
beloved role means, and
Yeah, it's still beloved actor, not role, which is where you were going. I know.
yeah, I was going beloved role, so mine would have been the Flash,
Which Flash?
not the TV series, because Grant Gustin's a baller.
So who would you recast Ezra Miller with? And you can't be Grant Gustin because that's a cop out.
Oh, that's who I would choose.
That's
who I would
yeah,
choose
but that's a
too.
Right, but
cop
that's
out.
easy.
He's already
It-
playing the
I'm
character.
with that.
Come on,
But
man.
But
with
he
that.
would be the absolute better Flash. Like, there's not even an argument there. And if you're
Now,
willing to
if you
argue-
wanted to
Time
go
out.
this right, you could say, who would I cast the Flash with instead of Grant Gustin?
that's
Then-
what I'm thinking about. So, like, I'm trying to think, like,
Because
I'm
here's
gonna
my
go
deal.
that route.
But
Right.
here's my deal with that. Here's why that's a cop out for me. And I'm not sure that would work because I think Grant Gustin works because he's the strongest personality on that show. You put him in a movie against a couple other like actors who have carried a movie, he's not going to stand out enough.
He couldn't do worse than Ezra Miller.
That's true. He couldn't do worse than Ezra Miller,
Case made.
but that's an easy one. Like you can't be like, "Oh, I would recast, that's
Yep.
too easy.
Okay,
That's already
which-
done for you."
which is why he needs some more time.
All right,
Yeah,
good.
I'm good with that.
All right,
Are you
Professor.
ready, Professor?
I have
You rock and roll
one.
it.
I have a good one. And this is an interesting one for me. Wolverine. Oh, yeah.
I knew
Oh,
somebody
man.
was going to go there.
I
knew
have a
somebody was gonna go
couple.
there.
I have a couple on my list here.
Yeah.
Wolverine, because
Hugh Jackman is Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman is absolutely Wolverine. My favorite interview quote from Hugh Jackman is when he is in costume and he steps off set and he's like near an event or something and someone comes up and he goes, "Whoa, buddy, too tall," because he is too tall to play Wolverine.
right.
But if we had to, which we might have to, I would say Scott Eastwood should play Wolverine.
Oh, is it Clint Eastwood's
Clint Eastwood's son.
son?
I need
Yeah.
we need a picture.
We need
Yep.
a picture.
Of who?
Scott Eastwood.
Because I can't.
That's
visualize him.
interesting.
One, I like him because he's not as well known. So I like that about him.
Oh,
Just because I feel like he's not, he's kind of got that, like, I don't have a baggage with it. You don't
I
see
will-
him in another film.
is that him, Professor?
That is him.
I will say that he could play Hugh Jackman in Hugh Jackman's story.
He absolutely could.
So-
He could be Hugh Jackman in the Hugh Jackman story.
Right. So if you're going to do a movie about Hugh Jackman, this guy could stand in. He's
Yeah.
chiseled jawed. He's a gorgeous man
He's very handsome. Yeah.
and hair for days. Throw some sideburns on him and he is Wolverine.
Very deep blue eyes.
Yeah,
And
and
then you
he's-
also have a T-bone if you throw some sideburns on there.
Whoa.
Well, he was in.
Whoa.
No, see, but here's the deal. He was in Invictus.
Yeah.
He was in Fury, the tank movie with Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's in a couple. He's got some chops there. He's got some action sequence. He's got some stuff there. But I mean, like, you look at again Hugh Jackman when X-Men first came out. People are like, who the hell is this guy? He's an Australian guy who tap dances on stage. Like, I don't know who this guy is. He could probably do it.
Yeah, but I will go back to my original.
Isn't he too tall?
he would be
He's also too tall.
he would be cast for the same. I mean, he's a good-looking guy, and he has the same features as Hugh Jackman. So he would be this.
So he would be
he would be a stunt double.
Well,
he's,
yeah,
he's his high-paid stunt double that looks the same on screen.
But what I'm saying is, like, I feel like he's also been able to prove that he's got some acting behind him to be able to kind of start carrying that film a little bit more. I mean, the other option that I have here, the other one that I would go with if we're not on Wolverine, which I want to stick with. I want to stick with this one, but I have another one on my belt.
Go.
Well, all right. Steve Rogers.
I think. I think
I got one there too.
I think Rob Lowe would be a better.
You think Rob Lowe would be a better Logan?
Yeah.
Listen here, bub. That would be a great parody. We're Saturday Night Live.
Oh man, that would be great.
All right, so not Chris Evans.
Not Chris Evans,
But
as
so you
Steve
have to take
Rogers.
Chris
then?
Evans out of that role.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh,
Damn.
that's not easy, is it?
And who would you put in?
Garrett Hedlund.
All right, I have no idea.
We need
who that
another
is.
picture. So here's the deal. Garrett Hedlund and Scott Eastwood were both in the running to get.
With a G. Gar.
Garrett.
No.
Oh,
No.
this dude.
Yeah, that dude.
He was. Oh, he's the lead in Tron Legacy.
Yes, the guy from Tron Legacy. This is not who we're talking about.
This guy.
This is not who we're talking about. You can't
No.
type.
Who is it?
The last name, Hedlund, starts with an H.
Well, he said G.
Jesus Christ.
It's his
Intern,
first
you're
name.
fired.
You weren't even close.
D. Yeah,
He
that
pulled up
guy
some dude.
right there.
That guy could have played Screech in Saved by
He-
the Bell.
that guy definitely Screech.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
recast Screech.
Now,
And that was mine, by the way.
Yeah.
Why? Don't zoom in so close.
Yeah, I'm
Back
but
up.
I'm going with this. I'm going with this one as a follow up here for several reasons.
Wow.
He's in the running to begin with. He was in the running. So was Scott Eastwood for Captain America for Steve Rogers. Again, blonde hair, blue eyed, chiseled jawline, all American. He's got it there. He really does.
He does. But I'm gonna throw this little wrench in there. He has behind those beautiful eyes, there is evil, and there's not an ounce of evil in Steve.
We're not
Rogers.
talking Secret War now.
No, we're not there. We haven't seen that on screen, so we
That's
can't
all right.
recast that.
No. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm looking at, like, we have, because we would potentially have to recast these roles eventually.
Yep. All right.
And I'm looking like, well, who's the next guy to take up this move?
Yep.
For Logan, I think a Scott Eastwood type, like a guy, again, he looks like he could be Hugh Jackman in low light.
Yep. In low light.
You know?
For fuck's sake.
It is-
So do I. I look exactly like Hugh Jackman with the lights turned off.
Wait a minute.
Wow. I'm stunned right now.
Now try and process that.
Yeah, soak it all
So,
in. Soak it all
how are
in.
we voting on his 3
I had
changes?
two.
2 changes?
Two.
2 changes? How are we voting on that?
Well, we didn't vote on
Yay or nay? What's yay or nay? Yay or nay?
what? That
Would you buy it?
Would you buy into
oh,
it?
Would you
okay.
buy into
'Cause we
this?
didn't vote on T-Bones either. So.
Well, all right. Well, then let's start with T-Bone.
No, I'm not saying we have to.
Sorry,
I'm
we
just-
have to be picky about this.
Jesus.
T-Bone, yay or nay?
Intern, you're just like way too excited right now. I
Hey.
think it's because you don't have an answer.
Actually,
I don't know that I would give any bucks to either one of your recastings.
no bucks from T-Bone.
What about you?
And here's where I insert
Yes, I
Jeopardy.
accept. I accept both.
Really?
I do accept both. I would buy
But you don't
into
have
it.
any bucks to give.
No, he's got he's got bucks. All right.
All right.
I would not throw a lot of bucks. Maybe 5 apiece.
All
$5
right.
a
I'll
piece.
take 5 apiece for that because again, here's the other thing. I picked 2 very
Controversial.
real
Yeah.
and controversial topics that people debate constantly.
I agree with that. And you know what? To be honest with you, for $5, I'd like to see those recasts.
So,
So
all right,
I'll throw $5 in.
so
again.
right now you're at $20 of support from T-Bone and I.
I'll take that.
C Money is actively swiping on his not 8+ anymore, his 8.
Oh my goodness.
Shocking.
So I would have to agree. I could definitely see the Wolverine one more. So we're looking at Garrett right now.
Yep.
I kind of it's funny with what T-Bone said. Like there's he's hiding something, and I'm concerned. So Captain America would be tough. Although Secret Wars, yes.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like that's because that's another storyline I think that would be really great to do.
But he like as I'm staring deep into his turquoise eyes, he definitely would or could stand up for what he believes in to the point of fighting off anybody. But I don't know. The other guy bothers me because he's too tall, right?
Yeah.
I don't know who it would be like the Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
How tall is Wolverine? He's like 5'2", right?
He's like 5'5". He's like mid 5. Well, I don't know. I have the internet.
But good choices though, because I like I said, we have to to keep the
5'3".
franchise going. You have to
man.
5'3". Okay,
So that's the comic book version of Wolverine,
right, which is the most
which
accurate.
is well, and that's where we're kind of going with him being. I don't know. I mean,
Bucks or no bucks?
I don't know. I'm going with he's on the smaller side of 6 feet. So
smaller side of 6 feet. Okay.
So 5.5 or less is what I'm going there.
Okay, all right.
See money? Are you seeing money on the table for this or no?
Yeah, so I would put in 10 sanity bucks for what was the guy's name? The first guy?
Scott Eastwood.
Thank you. Oh, right, of course, Scott. Well, yeah, just because he's Clint's son, he gets some bucks there.
right? He does get some bucks just for being Clint's son.
Yeah,
Let's start with that.
Garrett, I'll give him 5.
All right.
So
All right.
10 and 5.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
So,
pretty
so you
good.
Not
collected
bad.
some bucks.
I got some bucks on that table.
Yeah.
I am ready, and I'm only this ready and this excited because you guys are going to probably obliterate me for this.
I can't wait.
I can guarantee that that's the case. I have no idea what the words are going to come out of your
I'm
mouth,
grinding
but-
my axe right now.
All right, go ahead.
Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. I'm going to attempt a recast.
Please do this for me. Please.
All right, give your reasoning. Let's go. Who you
So
gonna do?
we all know that Robert Downey Jr. is the best for the role. But since we're recasting a beloved role, I had to go because you talked about how amazing Robert Downey Jr. is. I wanted to attack that and kind of, as much as I'm defending myself, this is something that I'm newly attacking because I had no prep time for this besides
The last
T-Bone
couple weeks.
and
Not paying attention to us while we talked. Yeah, I got it.
But
Yep.
hey, but I did listen and I did pull up your beautiful turquoise eyes here and
Thank you. He is dreamy.
Yep. All right. So I'm gonna go just because there's a lot of key features that are distinct to Iron Man, kind of like the subtle alcoholism because he's always drinking. Subtle. And it's subtle. All right. He has that good-looking charm that's very like sarcastic and know-it-all-y, right? Yes. Still on the same page.
So far, so
Yes.
good.
Okay. John Hamm.
Wow.
Okay, that's a bold move, Cotton.
I actually don't hate it immediately.
What's that from, by the way, that phrase?
That's from
Oh, from the Ocho.
That's from the ESPN
Dodgeball.
8, the Ocho.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I love everything that he's in. By the way, while we're letting this John Hamm marinate for a minute, I love the new the newest version of or season of Arrested Development just came out, and I'm on episode 4, and it is as good as it's ever been. Arrested Development, love it. So
Is he in Arrested Development?
he is not.
Okay, I just was curious.
But
Jason Bateman.
But
I got
Jason
lost.
Bateman, who
Jason
said,
Bateman.
that's a bold move, Cotton.
Says it's bold move, Cotton.
sorry,
Jason
dodgeball.
Bateman. Yep.
Gotcha.
I got you, T-Bone.
You're with me. You're following. You're following.
I'm following.
So John Hamm as Iron Man. There are a couple superheroes I could actually see John Hamm in.
Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
So the reason I selected John Hamm is because while he's never going to be as good as Robert Downey Jr. in the role, he does have those aspects that I talked about before. He can play off that witty intelligence where it's sarcastic, and he has that. He might be too good looking for the role. It's possible. It's possible to be so good looking that it turns people away from it, right?
Robert Downey Jr. is not bad to look at.
But
He's no John Hamm.
Yeah. No. Well. Okay. So
Yeah,
anyway,
I'm going with I'm so far your logic is not flawed. So I'm
Because he's
scared.
definitely full of himself.
definitely as maturing over time as as Tony Stark is, he's now becoming like after like or what it hints to in Infinity War is that like he's trying to settle down with Pepper and all that stuff. So John Hamm would have that dad-like quality in that he could fill out the role well, starting off as an immature, like just doing it to be the best in the world, maturing over time to being this leader that the Avengers need. I think he could play that role. He could be as serious as Tony Stark needs it to be and as Iron Man is, well, whereas he can also attack the fact that he's going to be controversial and he's going to make the group argue because he thinks he's the best in the room.
I have one concern.
Please.
I don't know if I've seen John Hamm be as witty as Tony Stark is.
It would be a challenge because it would definitely be something new to him.
And I'm not saying he can't do it because he definitely is able to play a little bit of that wit when he was in Mad Men.
Yeah,
he was able to do
a little bit there.
It was a little bit there, and he was definitely able to do a little bit of it.
Saturday Night Live.
Definitely there.
So,
and you also, I mean, he kind of has that kind of smart ass kind of take. First on-screen role, he's oh my God, Space Cowboys. He's the stunt pilot where they go to in the first.
Yeah.
He's the stunt pilot
Yeah.
sitting over the side. He's like, we don't take anyone up to do those scary rides. He's that guy. He's not bad in doing that kind of stuff.
So
But I don't see him doing well in the comedic end of it. Now, if we do a different storyline, I'm kind of cool with it, but we already did the storyline I would like to see John Hamm try, which would have been the Demon in a Bottle storyline. We kind of already glossed over the fact that Iron Man recovering out of alcoholism. So,
but if you attack it in the movies that we've seen but instead of Robert Downey Jr. starring John Hamm, I think if he laid the groundwork for it, he could definitely pull it off. Now, would it be as good?
debatable.
Probably not.
Debatable.
Yeah. It's something to think about, but John Hamm's definitely a character that's in play with Tony Stark if it was required to be recasted.
So I
Don't hate it.
I don't hate it. I think it's wrong, but I don't hate it.
I don't think
Now,
it's,
if
I don't
we
think it's like a total mistake.
If we were recasting Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible, John Hamm is your guy because he can be that debonair and then take off the suit jacket and kick somebody's ass. I think he has that kind of ruggedness to him.
Well, don't you want the
But-
4'11" Tom Cruise or?
But
Please no.
I think when you look at Iron Man, literally Jon Favreau said, Robert, I want you to be Robert. And that is who Iron Man is. And so Robert Downey Jr. is playing Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark as Iron Man.
So then, okay. So I said John Hamm. I have a question. I think this one's a no, but I did read this one. I think it's a hard no. I saw if somebody could recast this role, they would pick Leonardo DiCaprio.
Definitely not.
I was a hard no on that
For Tony Stark?
for Tony Stark.
No way.
No.
That's what I was thinking.
No. All right. So it makes your John Hamm look like fucking genius.
But here's my thing with that.
Why didn't I think of doing that?
That is-
Pulling in a really hard no, and then all of a sudden my Rob Lowe looks like
It's
a
really
brilliant
good.
move, right?
So here's my thing with John Hamm on this one. I don't see him doing enough of the smart ass stuff that we see in the cinematic aspect of Tony Stark. That said, I feel like he does the serious part of it. He could do that really well. I feel like he could do the serious moments. He could do the Iron Man 3, like the I'm tortured because I feel like I almost died thing. He can do that.
He could definitely do that. I think he would be good in the suit. You know, when you get the close
Oh,
up
yeah,
in
he
the
would be
suit,
great in
I
the
think
suit.
John Hamm
Yeah,
would be great.
absolutely.
I think he would be as good as Robert Downey, but I don't think the Tony Stark-isms, would come across.
So I don't want to interrupt, but I just see this very like he's ready or he's thinking. See when he has something to say. I don't know if it's fully formed yet, but you're definitely
It's almost there. Yeah.
it's almost there.
All right.
All right,
Yeah,
so then
We'll let it simmer for just a.
so then my only question is, so one of the scenes is where I think it's the Mach 54 Iron Man suit where it's sitting on the couch. Iron Man's not actually in it. He's downstairs working out with the thing on his head. Do you think that scene would have been as comic reliefy with John Hamm as Robert Downey Jr.?
No, I don't think he has the. I don't think he has the same comedic timing. You got to keep in mind, Robert Downey Jr. was the guy who played Charlie Chaplin. I mean, the guy got to play with comedic timing.
Right.
And he was even funny in Sherlock Holmes too. Like,
Oh.
right?
Whoa, yeah, I love that series. That who was his
I knew you were going to answer that.
Jude
too.
Law.
Jude Law,
Jude Law.
which I thought the pairing of them was
Perfect. Like,
perfect.
yeah, oil and water.
Perfect. Benedict Cumberbatch's version of Sherlock Holmes, I absolutely love. And his
I can't
partner
get
is-
over that. I
is
can't
terrific.
get over Sherlock. And Martin Freeman is amazing.
Yeah.
The fact that they're both in the MCU is awesome.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. That perfect. So,
But
I am going to, since I gave $5 your way,
Whoa.
I'm going to give.
Yeah, what about me?
I would.
Let's
Can we hear
let the
C Money?
opinion.
Oh, you
I
have an
it's-
opinion
it-
for this?
Yeah, no, it was simmering.
Oh,
remember?
oh yes. My bad. My bad.
Marinating.
I thought I smelled something.
The pot is boiling. So yeah, lots of good comics back and forth. I would probably say, even without an argument, I could see John Hamm doing it more than Professor and T-Bone. But as I'm listening, I'm thinking, and I don't know why, but it'll make sense. Let me get there. The series Archer, love that show, right? I can see John Hamm playing that very well.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
That-
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Whether it was intentional
yes,
or not,
Yes.
I see Archer as a Tony Stark. So by that thinking, I
Oh.
could definitely see John Hamm own that role. He does have to work on the comedic part because I think, like you said, it's Robert Downey Jr. playing Robert Downey Jr. playing Tony Stark playing Iron Man. But he's handsome, rugged, full of himself, which you have to be for Tony Stark. The scientific brilliance, I could see that. The comedy, have a work on it, but still doable. And just because of the Archer kind of synergy, I could see it. I could.
I do want to throw in one more option, if you don't mind. It's one to think about.
Oh, interesting
I
choice.
I
We
love Timothy Olyphant.
are looking at Timothy Olyphant right now.
I love him. He's
as,
so
as an
awesome.
option.
Do you think better, worse than John Hamm?
Better.
Oof.
Better.
I'm gonna go with better as
Better?
well.
Okay. All right.
Here's the deal though. I feel like Timothy Olyphant would do better in a different role in the MCU than that. But I do think he's better as a choice than John Hamm. And I say that because I think that he does. You watch Justified. If you've ever watched
Great show.
If you've ever watched Justified, Raylan Givens is a smartass, and he really expresses those chops in here a lot, and I think he could do it. He's also definitely able to do the stern look. He did it in Hitman. He did it in a couple other films here.
Do you get the dad vibes though?
I don't know if I need the dad vibes. I mean, he's played the dad in a couple other films. I'm good with it. He was just the dad in, what was it, that Love Simon movie. He
I don't
can
know.
play a dad.
This is a better choice than John Hamm.
John Hamm. Okay.
I
I'm
think
gonna go with that.
you're on the right path with this because
I'm
he
noticing.
can do that.
I disagree completely.
Oh, okay. So hold on. I'm just noticing a trend. If you look at all the pictures, each of the Iron Man candidates are all very prompted in their chin area.
Well, they have to be to fit in the helmet.
Yeah, the helmet comes to a point.
Right, it does. So I'm gonna throw something. See, Money, you said Archer and John Hamm, and I went in 100% into that. Archer is an underachiever that lucks into moments, and I don't see that as Iron Man at all. Iron Man is very strategic and logical in thinking. So I personally can't. I don't want to. How do I say? I can't put those together. I can't marry those.
Okay.
No, I'm picking up what you're putting down with that, T-Bone. I really do with that. But
Yeah.
I feel like there's something to be said for the attitude of the characters in terms of like how they relate to other people. Especially because now, again, Archer plays the Archer concept plays really well into Tony Stark pre-Iron Man,
All right. Yeah.
right? But
all right.
but-
no,
you see what I'm saying?
I
He
can-
plays into
I can
that
smell that.
really well.
Yeah. All right.
Until he actually gets the Iron Man take, he gets the
Until he gets the shit blown out of
shit
him.
blown out of him,
Right.
and he's got the hole in his chest. Like that's really an Archer parallel, though. I
But
like it.
How would Archer handle that scenario versus Tony Stark handling that scenario?
Well, it would be similar to the one time in Archer where he's blinded and he still like kills everyone in the thing. He kills all those dudes or something like that.
All right.
Or he would jump right to Iron Man 3 where he's struggling,
Right.
traumatized.
Right. It
because-
jump right there. There's
No character
with
development.
no suits made whatsoever.
no suits given.
No suits given.
It would be an improvement
All right,
on the
so
film.
How much bucks are we giving to our intern for his choice?
I'm gonna give him 5 apiece for each choice. I would like to see both of those.
Huh.
I'll take it.
All right.
I will do. What did I give you? 10 and 10.
10 and 10.
Yeah,
I think.
I think I was
Intern,
right.
you need a spreadsheet to
I
keep
think you
track
got
of this.
no. You got 10 and 5.
I am
10
for
keeping
Wolverine,
track.
10 for
You're right.
Wolverine. You're right.
20 and 5 because I so much more believe Ham over Timothy. As much as I love Timothy Oliphant.
Huh.
I feel like he should, instead of Iron Man or Tony Stark, I feel like he should be another character. I just don't know who.
Loki.
Ooh.
We'll talk about it.
That's a good one.
You're up next.
Sorry, but
That's a good
I was
one,
thinking
though.
that too.
It was
I'm
a good one.
But
Because I think there's definitely some mischievousness
I am
behind those eyes.
I'm sitting on like
Right?
this.
So I'm going to give you $0
whoa.
on everything that you said from the time you started talking until now. I'm giving you $0 given on
Wow.
recasting of Iron
But
Man.
you said you liked Timothy though.
Better, but not enough for a
But
buck.
not enough to give a buck. Dude, I'm stingy as hell.
Yeah, you are. But she's not even a dollar.
But no, I like both of his choice of people. I hate that both of them were chosen to go into Iron Man.
Okay.
What would
Mission.
you?
I said Ethan Hunt for
I still
Which-
think
which
if
we-
we're gonna stick with a comic character, John Hamm could play.
Oh, dude, he could be Green Lantern.
He could play
all
Hal Jordan
damn
10 days from
day,
Sunday. I
right?
mean, like he's got it.
Oh, fine. I wouldn't put him
I
in,
would-
in the Iron Man suit.
I would do Channing Tatum as Green Lantern. If
That's
I
a
did.
terrible idea.
Okay, well, you know what? It's just my statement.
That's
It
still a
is your-
terrible
it is your
idea.
statement, and
I'm
still
taking
getting
a buck
$0
back from one of those.
Well, no. I'm
It-
actually kind of upset that I didn't even get a buck from you because I was actually surprised that you didn't thrash my idea right away. Like it was a genuine surprise, and then you
Yeah,
know I
well,
got
the more
all
you
this
went into
support.
it.
I got support from the professor. That's never happening again.
Right.
C Money's on my team, so that I expected that.
Usually.
No.
And then you were hyping me up to just thrash me down. So
Yep,
like I'm.
that's how we roll.
That's how T-Bone goes, man.
Yep. That's how it is. All right. See money.
Karate Kid.
Oh God.
Really?
Wow.
No, I'm like
I'm-
this.
I'm-
I
just
like
go.
where this
Just
is
go.
going.
I like-
Wow. I mean, you might hate my opinion,
I
but yeah,
like
no.
where
Give
this
me a
is
chance.
going.
Just because you're salty over there doesn't mean you have to take it out on me.
It's heavy, so.
All right.
That's heavy
All right,
salt.
Daniel-san.
It's
Who you gonna?
So, literally, Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
Will Wheaton.
I
Put him up on the board. Now the age, I think Ralph is a little older than Will, but they're pretty close in age.
dude, the interns is better. Holy crap! I was so excited that you were going to recast Ralph Macchio. I was so excited, and the words "Will Wheaton" came out of your mouth, and oh my god,
Okay.
All right, no, I want to hear the reasoning because I
Yeah.
have tears in my.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
If you can convince me on this one, man, I'm in it. I'm in it there.
Are,
All right.
are we talking Ralph Macchio and Karate Kid 1, 2, or 3?
Or
All.
Well,
Yeah.
no, from the beginning. So
Okay,
So,
from the
go all the way
beginning-
back to the first Karate Kid,
Son of a whore.
where he is. So give me a chance. So he is the young kid, just got moved, unwilling, and that's not. He just turned that into an X-rated picture. Can you give us a better picture of Will, please? That's not doing him justice. Actually, if you could do a Star Trek one, because that's kind of.
I love Will Wheaton in Star Trek. I love him.
And you, I know I'm not Professor. I know who knows. T-Bone knows. I know. You know who Will Wheaton is? What? Right. Do you know the character's name?
Will Wheaton.
oh, this character is Wesley Crusher.
Okay, so he started off. Well, actually, started off on Stand By Me,
Right. He was one of the kids in Stand
Joey
By Me.
Trotta,
but he
Toy
got
Soldiers, baby.
got his chops as Wesley Crusher, the son of the Doctor, on Star Trek: The Next Generation. All right.
I actually really like Will
I'm-
Wheaton
I'm-
as a choice
No.
for somebody else.
No,
I don't know
no,
who. But,
I
all right, keep going. Keep going.
Okay,
keep
all right,
moving.
going.
Keep moving.
All right.
I'm still. I'm calm now. I'm down.
No.
I'm good.
No.
And
you
your,
lost
your
me.
guys' reactions was good enough, even if I bombed.
Negative
it.
one
Even if you
bucks.
bomb, this is radio
That's right.
gold.
All right, so didn't want to move. Very young. He's probably, I would guess, what, 12 or 13.
No, he's old enough to drive in the movie.
Was he driving?
He drives the car in Karate Kid.
Oh, that's right, because Miyagi gives him a car. Okay, so he's at the 16. He looks a lot younger. But anyway, all right, so.
Does
Um,
he? Does Will Wheaton look younger to you? Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
Not with that
30,
picture.
40 years ago, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Remember the
Dude, the
Family
kid-
Guy episode with Stewie? Will Wheaton.
Yes.
Okay, let the man talk.
All right. So you're looking for someone who is not athletic, even nerdy, because he's getting picked on
All right,
into a
yep,
new
yep,
town.
Yep.
Who's trying to impress the girl and needs to take karate because he got his butt kicked, right?
Yeah.
Will Wheaton, again, younger Will Wheaton. Stand By Me Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
Early
Skinny,
Star Trek Will Wheaton.
Skinny, wimpy,
Is wimpy, skinny, geeky, nerdy,
sciencey.
dorky, sciencey,
Yep.
and very young looking. Very, just like,
Yeah.
I'm going to be able to beat the shit out of you young looking, right? Same time frame. Again, I think he might be a little younger if you were truly casting it there, but I
Yeah,
think
he's
they're
a
pretty
little.
close.
He's 10 years younger. I
Oh,
just
is
looked
it
up.
really?
He's about 10 years younger.
Oh, wow. Okay, so, all right. So,
But still, I mean, like, it could still work. It could
Yeah.
still work.
I just think based on who they were trying to portray, wasn't a strong character. Obviously, Miyagi stole the show on just listening, obeying, and the wax on, wax off, and all that. I think if you put that, some more to the left of what we have up there, where it's the Stand By Me
Yeah.
on the train track
Yeah.
shot.
Not the rapist looking look that we have in there.
Listen, let's show a little respect, man. This guy is like he's an actual nerd creator. All
He's
right,
like a
he
nerd
he
deity.
makes things happen.
Deity. Nerd. I want you to really look me in the eye and say Will Wheaton is a nerd deity.
Listen, you don't even know who Will Wheaton is. You
Yeah,
don't get it. You don't really get to
definitely-
make that kind of comment.
Definitely in the creative world, yes.
Yeah.
He's
No,
he's
if I haven't heard of him, then he hasn't done enough for the nerd community.
I disagree. You're only 12.
Sorry, I'm not 1,000, Professor.
The man is an author, a game designer, a blogger, a video. He does podcasting. He's the guy.
To the point where they make him the arch nemesis of Sheldon on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hates him because he is so huge.
Look at
And-
that. I want you to look at that.
Okay, I can find a bad picture of you too. That doesn't prove anything.
I don't.
Yeah. I
Your argument is becoming very invalid on this one because with this intern, I like you as a person. You're way off base with this because you're not even looking at the right time frame and you're criticizing Will Wheaton, the character. Yeah, that works. Look at Ralph Macchio in Karate Kid. He doesn't look that great either. He looks like a nerd.
Just because Stewie didn't like him doesn't mean you don't have to like him. But so that's pretty much it. I won't belabor it.
your reasoning has kind of brought me around a little bit.
That's fair. I wasn't like. Yeah,
I didn't. That was completely in left field.
which is what I was going for.
It was shock value 101.
I had to really debate it. Yeah.
You threw it out there, and I think hit a home run.
Oh wow.
I don't necessarily agree with it, but your reasoning is solid. I loved Will Wheaton as Wesley Crusher on Star Trek.
He was a dork as Crusher. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
until he got
But
into
he was-
his own.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And it was literally they wrote it as him like being gangly he was an adolescent and,
Right.
and they did a really good job. He portrayed that very, very well. So that end point supports your move.
And Picard was Miyagi then.
You know what? I'm gonna give this to you, because I am definitely swayed by the points made in that aspect. I feel like there are times on The Next Generation where he kind of has that fish out of water, kind of like put in his place, picked on almost kind of idea that he's so smart in certain things and he's so bad at certain other parts of it in there. So he kind of definitely portrays that. Yeah, I'm good with it. I'm good with it.
I'm going to give another casting choice that I think would be a better
Cool, yeah.
person in that.
Is it Rob Lowe?
John Favreau.
That would be great.
However old he is.
Fred Savage.
Oh, yeah.
I actually don't know who that.
I will absolutely go with that one as well.
The Wonder Years?
No.
Okay.
Dude.
I'm actually that's the one person I haven't known so far.
Fred Savage?
Fred Savage.
I don't know who this is.
Okay. He's a cool guy. He's very cool.
Even seeing him, I don't know. I don't recognize him from anything.
No, do a younger
Search for
picture
the
from
Wonder
Wonder
Years.
Years.
Yeah.
On the right hand side.
in the Hawaiian
This
shirt
one?
there.
Yeah.
Because
That one.
that's what he was when he started that series.
But
I do know that puppy though.
He has he has the look already of Danielson
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the that hair,
yeah, just
right?
too white maybe, but yes.
Right.
Do we notice the starfish in the background?
But he is someone that hasn't aged 1 minute,
He's-
even to today.
Right.
He hasn't aged, and Ralph Macchio is someone that hasn't aged 1 minute.
Well,
He still looks like a
No,
kid.
you
Okay,
put Ralph
kind of.
Ralph Macchio from My Cousin Vinny and Ralph Macchio on
the two Utes. I forgot
the
about
two
that.
Utes
on
I love
Cobra
that.
Kai looks like it's the same dude.
That's true. That's
He's
fair.
playing the same character too.
Okay, that's fair.
No, I love the idea of Karate Kid recasting that. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And see,
I'm
for
good with
Fred
it.
Savage, I would argue the same exact points, almost identically.
I'm
So
good, I'm good with
that
both
argument
of
would work
those.
for him too.
Are we giving him bucks starting with the professor?
I'm giving you 10, and I'll throw T-Bone another 5 on that
Yeah, that
for
was
the
good.
Fred Savage. I like both of those choices.
T-Bone?
So I'm going to give you $25
Whoa.
because
I hate you.
You startled the shit out of me and caused nothing but laughter for 3 minutes on the show.
Okay, that's worth 25.
That alone got you. I think you're wrong in your casting,
Yeah.
but
He still made a good enough
He made a
evidence to
great
really
argument.
make
He
a
made a
solid
great
case.
argument.
He made a solid case.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like both of those.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then I'm going
I'm fine with that.
to take $5 from the intern for my friend Savage. Oh, he's left the show.
The intern is a little upset right now.
Yeah, all right, I'll tell you what. I'll give you this 4-pack of gum. Come back.
Isn't that his 4-pack of gum?
It was his 4-pack of gum.
It's community property, I think, though.
Oh yeah, it was in the middle of the
Anything
table.
that's on the table.
That's right. It was in the middle of the table. It has to be in the middle of the table to be community
all right.
property. My MacBook Pro is not community property.
Yeah,
Right.
but I'm good with both of those moves there. I think that
That was a good one, though.
yeah,
The Fred Savage, that was... Yeah.
doing recasting Daniel LaRusso, that's a tough one. That's a good one.
Yeah, and I don't think it should be done, but it's like if you had to, that it's like, but it's that characteristic. But yeah, I wanted to see just because I knew.
Oh, that
It was just funny just
It
to
was
see.
right out of left field.
I know,
Oh,
right?
dude, that was the shocker of the night. So
I'm just upset. No, you don't get to close
yeah,
this.
I'm gonna close this out.
No, I'm just upset that you actually liked my idea and I got 0. You hated his and told him he was wrong, and he got 25.
That's the biggest bet of the night right there.
Yeah.
It happens that fast.
It can turn on a dime.
Yeah.
I can't wait to beat you at Words with Friends too.
Maybe next time it will be you. But until then, so tune in next time as the intern gets no monies again. Thank you so much for listening. Good night, everybody.
down on my knees, praying that I figure out a way to rest while detaining all the change. You know, I hope we can. Optimism isn't all that I believe. Hope without a plan becomes a memory. Peace will never happen if we don't agree. So we need a gentle guiding, cause you know we achieved.